Hey, I'm Matt, and this weekend we're headed to spend 48 hours in Seattle. But the question is, can a beach lover like me still have a good time in the Emerald City? Seattle, our so-called Rain City, known for mountain views, ferries crossing the Sound, and Starbucks. If you've watched my channel, you know I usually chase sunshine. We love going to beaches, cruises, and all-inclusives. But this year, Sarah convinced me to try something different. So join us as we explore the culture and the most iconic spots Seattle has to offer in 48 hours while we answer one question. Can Seattle be a great vacation for a beach lover? All right, it's 5 a.m. We just got to the airport, got through security, and grabbed some coffee. And as you can see, it's starting to pick up a little bit since it's spring break. So we're ready to get Seattle. Let's go. After landing in Seattle, we checked into the Mayflower Park Hotel, a spot that's been here since 1927. While it might be slightly dated, what really sold us was the location. From here, we're just a short walk from Pike Place Market, the Waterfront, and some of the best food in the city. Plus, they had a nice bar downstairs to grab a drink before heading out in the evening. What do you think?
Oh.
Yeah, it is cold. It's nice
like
though.
Grandma's bedroom.
Because it's classic-ish. It's like a nice old Holiday Inn with a bar at the bottom. How's the view?
Fine. See them buildings.
Oh, you get a nice view of Macy's.
Mm-hmm.
And a tree. Yeah, that's a big. Looks like it's dying, but
Big tree.
there's some green. After check-in, we set out on foot for Seattle Center. Our first stop along the way was the Amazon Spheres. These giant glass domes are part of Amazon's headquarters, and they're supposed to be this really cool indoor rainforest. From the outside, they definitely do look impressive. Inside, there's supposed to be thousands of plants and trees from all around the world. But apparently, you can't just actually walk in at any hour and explore everything. We actually got there outside of their working hours, which would have been good information for me to have on hand before, so we didn't actually get to go inside. But outside, they were giving away free bananas at this stand, and I had skipped lunch, so I ended up calling it a win. Once we got to Seattle Center, we decided to check out the Chihuly Garden and Glass Museum. I'll be honest, when Sarah suggested a glass museum, I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but apparently this place is one of the most famous attractions in the city, so we agreed we'd check it out. Chihuly Garden and Glass showcases the work of artist Dale Chihuly, known around the world for creating these massive, colorful glass sculptures. And pretty quickly you realize this is not your typical museum. Everywhere you look, there's something completely different. Towers of glass stretching towards the ceiling, some colors that almost seem to even glow, and shapes that honestly, I don't know how they exist or how they were made. It's the kind of place that makes you stop and stare for a little bit, even if you're not sure how it was made and what you're looking at. I had a lot of fun getting different camera shots of the sculptures, and towards the end, they did have a cool spot where they showcased how the glass is made, which is something I'd never seen before.
And we want our bubble to come out nice and even, so we're shaping it. We're rolling on a steel top table, trying to even up our glass, get us ready for the bubble. When we're ready, we're going to blow air into the pipe. We're going to trap the air in the pipe with our thumb. Builds up pressure. It's going to break the surface tension and a little bubble expands. Here we go. Bubble time. Air trapped in the tube. Watch the glass. Happens quick. Boom. Bubble. Wow.
So at the end of the day, was it worth it? I'd say definitely yes. It was something way different than what I'm used to. As we rode the monorail back to our hotel, we talked over the day. We did have a lot of fun. However, as a guy who's constantly on the go, there's a reason I prefer beach vacations. I want to be lazy and I want to rest. We hadn't had much of this so far, but I'm hoping that I'll find a bit of that on day 2. Day 2 in Seattle brings us to one of the most famous public markets in the world, Pike Place Market. This place has been feeding Seattle since 1907, and it's packed with local vendors, seafood stands, flowers, coffee, and just about every kind of energy you can imagine. We chased a slower-paced vibe this morning by grabbing some muffins from the bakery and heading to Ghost Alley Espresso for some coffee. Ghost Alley is downstairs from the main part of the market and next to Gum Wall. I'd heard about Gum Wall, but didn't realize just how much gum actually covered this thing. Whether you think it's cool or gross, you've got to admit this thing is something unique to see. Upstairs, Pike Place is more than just a market, it's a snapshot of Seattle itself. Farmers, fishermen, artists, musicians, people who have been part of this community for decades. I personally love to browse, so indoors we found bookstores and different shops. We spent the better part of the morning taking it in, and this was definitely more my pace. Street side, there were bakeries, flower shops, farmers market food, and of course, fresh fish. While there were several different vendors selling fresh seafood, the one that you have to see in Seattle is the Pike Place Fish Market. They've been an institution here since the 1930s and have become known as the guys who throw fish. If you stop by in the morning, you'll catch them out tossing fish around, and they definitely do get an audience. To be honest, this was a highlight of the trip for me. I spoke to a few of them too, and they were really a fun crew. They even let me hop up top with them and participate in the fun.
Matt, you want to throw it back? Yeah. All right. Fold. Flip it over so the head's facing me. All right. You yell back jack as loud as you can. Back jack! Back jack! Yeah!
After Pike Place, we headed down to the harbor area and checked out the restaurants and the stores. We grabbed a quick bite to eat and looked for somewhere to relax for the afternoon. In a stroke of luck, we found the Edgewater Hotel, which is an overwater hotel that actually sits out on a pier. This spot is just a ways down from the aquarium, and they've got a restaurant that you can check out for evening cocktails and views, which is interestingly enough called the 6-7. But we were content to just grab some coffee and read in the lobby for a few hours. With this view, this might have been the moment that Seattle had started winning me over. Our last big stop was the Seattle Space Needle. This is one of those iconic Seattle staples. We headed back to Seattle Center and took a ride straight up to the top. There are 2 levels at the top that you're going to want to check out. The top floor is the outer sun deck, where you can stand outside and get beautiful views of the city. Inside, you'll be able to take stairs down to the lower inside level. You'll still find windows here, and some of them do have good views. The unique thing here is the windows on the floor, where you can stand on the glass and look down, which is really trippy if you don't like heights. This is also when I discovered the floor is revolving, because this whole section revolves around the tower. My favorite spot of Seattle Tower was the bar. We were the only ones in this area for a while. We both snagged a cocktail and the table near the windows and had a good conversation while looking out over the city. In the morning, we'll be headed home. But did Seattle really win over this beach lover? I think this city has something for everyone. You can go as slow or fast as you really want to, and there's plenty of culture and unique things to do. Overall, we really enjoyed it. However, I will still always be a warm beach guy at heart. You can subscribe to our channel for more travel and beach content. And speaking of beaches, at Coastal Compass Travel Company, we specialize in trips to Sandals and beaches resorts. If you're interested in checking one out, they are amazing, but all very different. If you want help planning a trip to go to one of these resorts, go to cctravelcompany.com and contact us.